This is a very simple 12-point rosette. It is easily drawn with the compass. These petals are established by the same radius that the entire rosette is. The main features are the positive petals here, and then we have the negative petals right behind them, and we have the background. Then there is the features in the center, and finally we have the ring around the outside. Now I can see from the way that this blade feels that we're going to have to freshen it up a bit before we get started. The way that we do that is to take a flat stone. This particular stone is a ceramic. I like a ceramic because it doesn't need any oil or water. Lay your blade flat on the stone and raise it up about 10 degrees. You want a little bit on one side, flip it over, give it the same amount on the other side, and that'll bring your blade to absolute sharp without putting a burr on it. Yes, that's better. Now we're ready to carve. The rule of thumb is to take your largest pieces out first. And you'll notice, as I cut along here, that I'm making all the same cuts first. It's an economy of movement. Incidentally, the wood that I'm working with is basswood. It's an excellent carving wood. It's a tight, even grain. You'll notice as I cut down, I go for the depth first. This is the widest part of the chip, so I go all the way down, and then as I cut, because this is narrower in here, I'm removing the knife. Here's the wide part of the chip again. I'll go all the way down for it, and then I remove the knife. Now we'll go for the next piece here. Ideally, all of these should pop right out. There's a little bit down in the corner. If you get a little bit like that, you want to clean it out right away because it's cleaning it out that makes it look crisp and smooth. Now I want you to notice also that this piece here is the same as the inside of the negative petal right here. And we'll take the negative petal next. I'll cut this one next. Now this being the wide part, we'll go down, and then we'll draw the knife out. Just like that. Cut the back side of this one. You start very shallow in here because you're very close to the center. Again, we'll start nice and shallow and go deeper as we go. And this one is just the opposite. We draw the blade out. We'll go down, go in, and draw the blade out. And we'll take this side here first. Now you'll notice as I keep moving along here that the angle never changes. That way you'll know that the knife will always meet down in the center. And the last piece here, I'll show you another little trick. As we move along here, I'm going to tuck the blade underneath, and as I curl it underneath like this. The reason for that is this. You'll notice that when I come along here, the top of the blade meets the end of the cut before the bottom. So as you hit the top, just keep curling the bottom underneath like that, and you'll hit right in the center down there. I'll do it again on this one. So you come along here. Now the next thing is to remove these center pieces. You notice I didn't cut on the line. The line is only a reference. You can adjust that with your knife as you go along. I carve better than I draw. And now we have a feature up here. This kind of accents the petal. Now the last thing we have left is this outer ring. The rule of thumb is always cut away from your work first. So we'll have to make this inside cut first. Again, as we said earlier, the way to do it is to look in front of the blade as you cut along. Don't look at the blade.